Hello and welcome to the Spartan Sports Report. I'm Jason Laplow.
And I'm Abby Larson. A lot to get to today, Jason, and first we are going to start on the golf course with James Piot at the Masters.
Yeah, that's right. The U.S. Amateur Champ teed up this past week with Hideki Matsuyama and Justin Thomas. Piot struggled the first day, posting 9 over for a score of 81. Even with a dominant 2 over 74 the second day, he missed the cut by 7 strokes. He finished 11 over, but still had many fond memories of his time at Augusta National.
You know, it is more just about enjoy the experience. You know, it's the Masters. There's nothing cooler than this. And, you know, obviously every guy's out there grinding. So there's not as much casual talk as you think. But, you know, you're out there. It's a constant math battle out here is what I call it at Augusta National. And unfortunately I didn't do great at that today. But just, you know, laid back, just guys chatting it up. And it was cool to see, you know, talking with JT. And he's a great guy and really enjoyed the pairing.
Baseball opening day around the country was last week. Michigan State played the minor league Lansing Lugnuts on Wednesday before their season opener on the weekend. To start off, we have Peter Ahn, the redshirt junior from Michigan State, with a solo shot in the top of the second. The solo bomb gave the Spartans a 1-0 lead headed into the bottom of the second. This run would earn Ahn the Spartan Helmet of Honor presented to him after he rounded the bases. The Lugnuts would not let the Spartans hold this lead for long. Here we have Jesse Winkler with an RBI to left center that would score Beck from second and Angeles all the way from first, making the score 2-1 Lansing. The Lugnuts scoring did not stop there. Now, in the bottom of the third, Angeles lines it out to center field. This sac fly would score Swift and make the score 3-1 Lugnuts. A 2-out triple in the top of the sixth showed some fight with the Spartans here, but they ended up falling just short with the final score of 3-2.
Great to be back. Great to have the Lugnuts in a first-class organization host us and treat us great, and all positives out of our dugout. And again, this is something that our guys will remember for the rest of their lives, and it's an important part of our schedule. I'm glad we were able to do it.
MSU is back at Jackson Field this coming week. They will play against Michigan there for the Capital Clash on Friday evening. First pitch is set for 5:05 p.m.
The WNBA draft is tonight. Michigan State guard Nia Clouden is in New York as she awaits for her name to be called. She talked earlier this week about how she found out that she would be headed to the Big Apple.
I got a phone call randomly in the morning, so I was like grumpy and sleepy and half awake. But the WNBA person called me and they gave me the news, and I was just like so excited. It was like shocked since I was like so not ready, but I was really excited and it's crazy.
Clouden would be just the 8th Spartan ever to be selected in the WNBA draft. Now let's make our way over to the hard court. It was senior night for the men's tennis team on Sunday afternoon when they squared off with Purdue for their last home match of the season. Spartan doubles came in strong on the visiting Boilermakers. Here's Josh Mukherjee and Anthony Pirro playing it at the net. Pirro sends the return right back to his opponent's backhand, who can't get it back to the Spartan duo. How about another net play from Reed Crocker and Nick Williams? Crocker backs it up to the dish with this play right down and comes back for more with this overhead volley. Moving over to singles now, here's freshman Max Sheldon, who hustles for this deep line catcher and gets it over to simply return the favor. If we all know a fighter, it would be senior Jack Winkler, who is coming back from a 3-love deficit. Winkler somehow finds a way to get this corner forehand. Although it was a successful senior night for the Spartans, the Boilermakers took this one. Spartans are now 14-10, 1-5 in the Big Ten. They play Penn State on Friday. Now onto the women's side, they took on rival Michigan on Saturday. After Michigan dominated the doubles, the Spartans looked to flip the script in singles action. Mary Lewis takes this point overhand with an overhand smash and later went on to take the set. Over to the number 6 singles match, Charlotte Gisclone battling an intense rally which would last 14 shots, and she'd conclude with a winner, taking the point and then the set, sending it to set number 3. Spartans were outmatched on the day and struggled, but still managed to put up a fight. Back over to Mary Lewis in her third set. Down a match point, she gets into an intense rally before hitting it into the net and losing the match in 3 sets. The Spartans would lose this one to the Wolverines, 4-0. The team is back in action on Thursday against Iowa. They are trying to stop a 5-match losing streak.
The softball team had lost 4 in a row going into a doubleheader with Nebraska at home on Sunday. We start with the first game of the doubleheader with Nebraska. The team honored senior Abby Joseph as she is in her final season with this Spartan softball team. We start in the bottom of the 5th with a center field double over the head of a Nebraska outfielder. This ball would send Joseph and Jessica Mabry home, making the score 4-3. Headed into the top of the 6th, Nebraska tacked on 2 of their own to put the Cornhuskers up 5-4. A late rally here for the Spartans with a 2-out solo home run deep into the Red Cedar River from Mabry. Mabry's second run of the game would tie the score up and send the teams to extra innings. This late push would not be enough for the Spartans in this one, though. The Cornhuskers would launch a 2-run home run in the top of the 9th, making the final score 7-5. Following this loss, the Spartans would drop the second game of the doubleheader 4-5. The team will look to get back in the win column and break their 6-game losing streak this Wednesday at home versus Western Michigan.
After a 2-week break in the season, gymnast Skyla Schulte is set to compete at the NCAA Nationals this week in Fort Worth, Texas. Schulte is only the 12th gymnast in Michigan State history to qualify for the Nationals, and she will compete in the individual balance beam competition on Wednesday at 1.
We are still months away from regular season football at the Woodshed, but MSU fans will get a sneak peek of the team this weekend. The spring game for the Green and White is this Saturday at 2 p.m. Mel Tucker gave an insight to what fans can expect this weekend.
More like what we did a year ago, where we'll have a practice and then we'll have some live periods in the second half of the practice, and but it will be physical. We'll get a chance to see our attention to detail, our sense of urgency, like how we go about our business. We'll have a lot of recruits in town. Some of the top players in the country will be there as well.
That's all we have this week for this edition of the Spartan Sports Report. I'm Jason Laplow.
Remember, you can watch our episodes anytime on YouTube. I'm Abby Larson. We'll see you right back here next week.